The dim light in the hotel suite cast long shadows across the room, and the air buzzed with an unspoken tension. My breath hitched as I stumbled into a kiss, hot, urgent, and consuming, with a dangerously handsome stranger. I shouldn't have been here. But earlier tonight, Talon, my ex-boyfriend, announced his engagement to a wealthy heiress. 4 years of my love discarded like it meant nothing. I drowned my heartbreak at the bar, letting the bitter taste of liquor and the magnetic presence of the man beside me lead me here. If Talon could toss me aside so easily, why shouldn't I lose control just this once? But then, in the middle of it all, I ruined everything. Leaning into his broad shoulder, a single name escaped my lips in a soft whisper. Talon. The moment shattered like glass. A soft click and the room was flooded with light. My heart plummeted when I saw his face clearly for the first time. Xavier Ashford. The country's most renowned attorney, feared and respected. A man who crushed his opponents with a cold smile. Wealth and power wrapped around him like armor. And the worst part? He was Talon's soon-to-be brother-in-law. A cold wave washed over me, sobering me instantly. I closed my eyes, feeling the weight of my mistake. Perfect. I almost slept with my ex's fiancé's brother. Xavier stepped back, leaning against the wall with infuriating ease. He lit a cigarette, his sharp eyes pinning me like a predator assessing its prey. "Well, this is fascinating, Ms. Delacroix," he drawled, flicking ash from his cigarette. "What was your plan? Hoping to disgust Talon by sleeping with me?" I flinched. He knew exactly who I was. Pretending otherwise would have been pointless. You can't bluff someone like Xavier Ashford. "I'm sorry, Attorney Ashford," I whispered, my voice barely audible. I was drunk. To my surprise, he didn't push further. After finishing his cigarette, he straightened, tossing a coat my way. "Put this on. I'll drive you home." I didn't argue. Pulling the coat around me, I murmured a quiet, "Thank you." The drive was silent, the tension in the air thick enough to cut. His hands rested effortlessly on the Bentley's steering wheel, his profile sharp and commanding in the glow of passing streetlights. I stole glances at him, my mind racing. Everything about him screamed control and sophistication, from the precise cut of his shirt to the way the silence seemed to bend around him. When we arrived at my apartment, he turned slightly, his eyes dipping briefly to my legs before he pulled a sleek business card from the glove compartment and handed it to me. I stared at the card, my heart racing. Even after realizing who I was, he was still interested. Swallowing hard, I handed it back to him. "Attorney Ashford, I think it's better if we don't keep in touch." He wasn't offended. A faint smirk tugged at his lips as he slid the card away. "Fair enough. You seem like the type who'd make a good, wholesome wife." With that, the Bentley pulled away, its taillights disappearing into the night. Before I could process everything, my phone buzzed sharply in my pocket. Amelia's trembling voice spilled into my ear, frantic and panicked. "Aria, come home now. Something's happened." My chest tightened. "What happened? Amelia, tell me." But all she could say was, "Just come home, please."